Hi YouTube family, my name is Bray Shadover, and if you're new around here, I'm a Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer survivor and mental health advocate. I've dealt with various forms of mental illness in my lifetime, and my YouTube channel is really dedicated to sharing my story with mental illness and cancer and just starting the conversation around mental health. And today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be sharing my everyday makeup routine with you, which is also a great routine for acne-prone skin. And throughout this video, I'm going to be shedding some light around mental health and sharing a little bit about my journey with mental illness. And if you're interested in any of the products from this video, I've linked them all down below in one easy link that you can click on, and it'll have all the products from this video. So thanks for being here. I hope you learned something new today, maybe about mental health or maybe about makeup. So let's do it. So I've already put my SPF and moisturizer on my skin, and my favorite one is Eminence's Red Currant Moisturizer. And we're gonna just start right away with the foundation I use, which is Charlotte Tilbury's Beautiful Skin foundation, and I'm shade 1 Neutral, and that's the lightest shade they have. So I literally start by putting 1 to 2 pumps right on my palm here, and then I take my favorite brush from Target. I also don't like to put this all over my face. I just put it on the problem spots and dab it on lightly. Okay, once that's on my skin, I go in with a smaller brush and I go back over the problem spots and lightly dab this around. And if you feel like it's not working fully in an area, you can always build a little bit more coverage. Alright, so that's a good start. So I want to take this time to just tell you a little bit about the different forms of mental illness I've struggled with in my lifetime and be vulnerable with you guys. And while I do that, I'm putting on my pressed powder that I put right on top of my foundation, and it's the Jane Iredale Pure Pressed Powder in the shade Warm Silk. And this is my favorite powder, and it blends really good with the skin and is also the best foundation for acne-prone skin. It's designed with your skin in mind. So I was diagnosed with anorexia when I was younger. I was about 11 years old. Contrary to popular belief, my anorexia didn't develop from feeling like I wasn't thin enough or pretty enough. It actually stemmed from the need to control something in my life. So I have a full video about my survival story through anorexia, but to give you the big picture, I spent lots of time in children's psychiatric units and trying to get help. I saw nutritionists and doctors, and nothing was working. I fell in love with horses during this time, and my dad had an aunt and uncle who lived on a ranch in Wyoming, and he said, "How do you feel about going out there for a summer?" And I was so excited. I literally could not believe it. It was like a dream come true. And believe it or not, in the first day, literally I was there, I ate a full meal and I fell in love with a horse named Blue. And he's no longer with me, but I actually ended up bringing Blue home with me and got into rodeoing, and my eating disorder by the end of the summer was entirely cured. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of darker powder I have because it's summertime and my skin is looking a little more tan. But the next form of mental illness I dealt with was bipolar disorder, and it was extremely scary and challenging. My senior year of high school, I went to various inpatient treatment centers, and I was heavily medicated and brought down from psychosis because I never hit the lows, I just hit the highs. I have dealt with Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer, and I'm 4 years cancer free today, but I would rather have to go through chemotherapy all over again than deal with the terrors I felt during the heat of my bipolar before I found help and was properly medicated. I did eventually get the help I needed with bipolar, and I'm very grateful for that. Let's move to the blush, the Pillow Talk blush from Charlotte Tilbury, my absolute favorite. I just like to take my brush in and go along my cheekbones. And let's also talk about what you can do to take care of your mental health. One of the best things I have found for my mental health is to also take care of my physical health. And by that I mean going to the gym, getting outside, walking around, prioritizing your physical health just like you would your mental health in a healthy, balanced way. And for me, yoga has been huge. And another great thing I do for my physical health is I do things like cardio. I didn't used to love going to the gym, but I do find things that I enjoy at the gym. I think the Stairmaster is pretty fun. I like to jump rope. So those things all work for me. Another big thing when it comes to taking care of your mental health is to meditate. Meditating has been absolutely huge for me, and I feel like it's a very powerful way to slow down, focus on your breath, and be mindful. The next thing on my list is finding things that you enjoy doing, that you are passionate about, and honing in on those things when you're struggling. So for me, it's being creative. It's playing my guitar, making videos, singing, writing, journaling, doing things like that. I believe it really helps your overall mental health. And I'm just gonna go in right over my brows and trace the arch with the brow. I also recommend not getting on your phone for the first hour of the day. I understand if you have to with work, but I feel like there's some benefit for your mental health when you don't just get on your phone right away. Another thing that's really worked for me in my mental health that not everyone has access to but can be very beneficial is cold plunges. Forcing yourself to get in an uncomfortable environment and breathe through it is a really powerful way to take care of your mental health. Next, we're gonna put on my favorite mascara, which is the Bad Gal Bang mascara by Benefit. I think this one really works well with separating lashes and staying on your lashes. I think there's a huge stigma when it comes to getting help for mental illness. Initially, you can have thoughts like, I'm not crazy, like I don't need help, I can work through this. And I just am a huge advocate for medication if you need it, and for counseling, the right kind of counselor, because there's a lot of mediocre counselors out there. So if you're struggling with mental illness and you've been struggling, get help. You're not alone. So I like to go in with just a little separator for my eyelashes, and it helps make the mascara not clump up. Another big thing for your mental health is self-care. Practicing self-care every day, however that looks for you. Maybe that means waking up 20 minutes earlier before your work and taking a cold shower and practicing skincare. Or maybe that just simply means meditating and putting on a sheet mask. And there's different forms of self-care for everyone. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is put on my favorite lipstick, which is Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. I want to tell you that if you're struggling with any form of mental illness, you're not alone. There are so many people out there who love you and are rooting for you, and I'm sending you virtual hugs, and I don't even know you. And you make this world a better place just by being in it. I hope you don't forget that. Let's finish with some setting spray by Jane Iredale, which is very good for acne-prone skin, and it just sets your face with all your makeup. Kind of the best part of the makeup routine. Also smells so good. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I'd really appreciate it. And if you don't want to subscribe, that's okay too, but I have other videos that may be helpful if you're struggling with mental illness and help you not feel so alone. But also in regards to acne, I've dealt with it for a long time. I get blemishes and it sucks. It sucks so much. And it's actually kind of had a direct effect on my mental health. I would have situational depression from acne and I wouldn't leave my room, and it's gotten a lot better, but I still deal with it sometimes. So I I wish that there was just like a button or a switch that could just fix all of the acne forever, but that's just not how it works. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you have a beautiful night or day wherever you're at, and hopefully this makeup routine gave you some insight on mental health, but also on some makeup ideas. So click that link below if you're interested in any of these products, and thank you so much for watching.